Welcome back to Heat of the Drum. My name is Steve. Today we are doing Southwestern shotgun shells. Why do I call them Southwestern shotgun shells? They're kind of inspired by Southwestern, kind of south of the border flavors. You're going to have some Ancho Chili. You're going to have some Chipotle chili, Jalapeno, Cayenne. That's all going to be in that rub that you're going to make from scratch. And our journey with this started last night, which is what I suggest you do, is make your shotgun shells the night before and let them hang out in the fridge. That'll soften up that manicotti noodle and it'll all come together. And the next day, it's an easy smoke. So let me show you that footage right now of how I prepped these last night in the kitchen. And here's our 11 ingredients. Let me show you what I got. What you're going to need is 1 tablespoon of Ancho Chili powder, 1.5 teaspoons of regular salt, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1.5 teaspoons of granulated garlic, 1 teaspoon of coarse ground pepper, 1.5 teaspoons of Chipotle chili pepper, ½ teaspoon of ground oregano, ½ teaspoon of ground cumin, ½ teaspoon of ground jalapeno, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And then we throw in 1 tablespoon of light brown sugar. And I have all that right here. Let's get it mixed up. Break up that brown sugar. Get her mixed up. And once you get her mixed up, it's going to look like that. Got that rub made. Now we're just going to set that off to the side. Now let's talk filling. What I have here is 1 pound of 80/20 ground chuck. We're going to add to that, this is a 9-ounce tube of beef chorizo. Let's get that cut up and get that added in there. Going to bring the flavor tonight, or tomorrow, I should say. To that, we are going to add 1 16-ounce can of refried beans. And let's get this mixed up right here. And you just want to make sure that chorizo is mixed up really good in here. Once you get your meat mixture mixed up, it'll look just like this. Now, to that, we're going to add 10 ounces of Queso Fresco cheese. Let's get that in there. Now, this is a kind of a crumbly cheese. It's not going to melt and string out like a lot of cheeses do, but it's going to add some great flavor in there. We're also going to add 8 ounces of mild cheddar cheese. Let's get that in there. And remember that rub we made? We're going to take a teaspoon of that rub and add that in there too. Now let's mix some more. Here we go. And when you're done, it's going to look like that. And what I have here is 2 8-ounce boxes of Manicotti Noodles that we're going to be using. If you never used them before, they come in these trays. They're a little fragile, so you got to be a little careful with them, but once you start working with them, you'll get the feel of it. All right, we got our meat mixture ready. Our Manicotti noodles are ready, and our 2 packs of bacon that I took out about 30 minutes ago and just kind of piled on this tray here on a piece of parchment paper and let that kind of warm up. That's going to make that more workable and pliable to get on these shotgun shells. So here we go. And it's real simple. You're just going to take your Manicotti noodle and your mixture and start stuffing. And what I always will do is stuff them about halfway. And then I'll flip it around and stuff the other half from the other end. And you'll kind of get a rhythm going, and it really doesn't take that long at all. I'll show you how I do a couple of these, and then I'll knock the rest out. But what you want to do is fill them right to the end, and just kind of take your finger and smooth it over just like that. And it'll look just like that. That's one. It's definitely messy, but it is worth it. Man, these are good. If you're having a barbecue or a party or a get-together, these will be a hit. Just like that. So we got 28 shotgun shells filled, and you'll have just like a little bit of filling left over right there. Not much at all. Now let's get this bacon on them. Let's just grab one of these shells and start wrapping. Our bacon's been sitting out for a while now. Should be nice and pliable. And what I like to do is come in and start right down here on the end and cover that end over. And then start your wrap. Going around just like this. And the trick with these is to try not to have any shell exposed if you can. So once you get it on there, you can kind of maneuver them around. And try to get your full coverage. And definitely try to cover your end down here. Because that'll help hold in your filling. And it takes a little fussing with, but there you go, just like that. Show you one more. And you can kind of stretch your bacon out a little bit ahead of time. Just like this. Start down here. Now, like, start this way actually. And then just start your wrap around, just like this. And I'm not really overlapping here. I'm just kind of buttoning them up to each other. This one worked out nicely. And then you can go back and kind of manipulate your bacon and get it to fully cover where you need it to. Just like that. And we got all 28 of them wrapped and one piece of bacon to spare. Now what I'm going to do with this is put it back in the fridge for 30 minutes and let it firm up a little bit. Then we'll move on to the next step. Got the rub in the shaker. And we just got these out. It's been 30 minutes. Now this is going to be your last chance to look at these, manipulate that bacon, get it the way you want it. It's firmed up now. it'll kind of stay in place and cover any exposed areas. And one thing left to do, let me get this guy off here. I didn't end up using him, so I'll use him for breakfast Sunday. But let's get that rub on there. So what I'll do, just have a clean hand and a dirty hand. And here we go. And we just want to make sure that everybody gets nicely seasoned. We're not going to season heavy, just enough to give them some good flavor. Just like that. Then we'll flip them over real quick and hit the other side. Right, here we go. Use up the rest of this rub. This guy down here. These will go back in the fridge overnight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And we're keeping it simple today. We got some Cowboy Oak and Hickory blend lump mixed with a little Kingsford, and we're going to toss in some cherry wood. My favorite part of the day. All right, it's time. Smoker's up to temp. We're smoking around 275, give or take, right around that range. Now, these are fresh out of the fridge. We put them in there last night, and what I forgot to tell you last night is I did wrap those with foil after I got done seasoning those. So they've been sitting in the fridge the whole time. Look at those. Remember these? So they're nice and cold. We're going to get them on this drum. Here we go. Two more. Here we go. Just got the shells on. I set my timer for 30 minutes. And now we're going to make a dipping sauce for these. Now this dipping sauce is real easy. It's basically going to be some sour cream. And what I did is I zested 2 limes. We got some fresh cilantro here, probably a handful. And those 2 limes that I zested, these are kind of dinky small limes. I'm going to use both of these. We're going to use the juice of these. And then I got a little salt. So let me show you how I put it together. And here we go. This is real easy. So what I have here, this is 16 ounces of sour cream. We just need half of it. That'll work. Here's our lime zest. What I have here, like I said, is a handful of cilantro. And we're just going to chop this up right here. All right, so my camera cut out on me and I lost some footage right there. So what you didn't see is I took that cilantro and put it in here. And then I took 2 of the limes that we had zested earlier and I squeezed all that in here. Let's see if there's anything else I can get out of there. There we go, a little bit more. Just like that. And then I added a couple, 2 or 3 pinches of salt, and then mixed it all up. And when you're done, it'll look like that. And let's give it a taste. Oh yeah. That is going to be good. Still got about another 13 minutes to go before we can check these shotgun shells. I'll see you then. It's been 30 minutes. I can hear a little bit of sizzling going on in there. Let's get the lid off and get these rotated. Oh yeah. Let's get them rotated. And we're going to come in here with our Thermal Pro temp probe. So right now it looks like we're looking at about 150 internal on those shotgun shells. So what I'm going to do is just let this go till about 160, 165 internal. And then we'll get in here, we'll get the water bowl out and the restrictor, and we'll start crisping these up and getting that bacon nice and crispy. These are not going to take too much longer. I'll see you then. Just hit 160 internal. Now we're going to start crisping these up. Here we go. First thing I'm going to do is come down here and close my damper. Reach in here and get these out real quick. And we'll get this water bowl out of here. Get our shells back on. And get the lid back on. Just got our shells back on. Now what I did is I set my timer for 2 minutes. In 2 minutes, I'm going to get back in there and I'm going to start flipping all those shotgun shells over. Then I'm going to reset my timer for another couple minutes, get in there and do it again. I'm going to keep doing that until I get that bacon, the desired crispness that I want on there. And if you like what I'm doing here, hey, hit that like and subscribe button. That'll help out the channel and I can keep bringing these videos to you guys. So give it about, we got another minute and a half to go, and then we'll get the lid off and we'll get looking at these things. Smell of bacon. Here we go. And I'm going to work quick. Man, do these smell good. We're going to give it about 2 more minutes and we're going to be getting these off. Altogether, it's been about 4 rotations, something like that. I know it was pretty smoky. You guys probably couldn't see because that bacon fat rendering down, but man, does it smell good. So another probably minute and a half, we'll be getting these off and we're going to be eating. All right, we got them off. Man, do they look good. We're going to just wrap these in foil and let them hang out for about 5 minutes. Then we're eating. All right, it's been 5 minutes. Let's get the foil off and get a good look at these. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Nothing left to do now but try these, and I'll tell you what, man, they smell good. And like I said, the trick is to get these before you lose your filling. And it's all about timing. They look good, they smell good, and I know they're going to taste good. Here we go. Like I said, the trick is getting these out before you lose your filling. That's what makes a perfect shotgun shell. Here we go. Oh yeah. The filling is nice and stuffed in there still. The shell is soft. The bacon is crisp. Not a whole lot of heat coming off that rub. Just a little bit. But we got this nice cilantro, lime, sour cream dipping sauce. to help cool it down. And so if you got a barbecue, you got a tailgating event, little get together, and you want to make something different, try these Southwestern shotgun shells, and believe me, it's worth it. And they're real easy to do. Prep them the night before, the next day, easy smoke. Remember, you can do this too until I see you again next time on Heat of the Drum. Oh yeah.